the built environment has the potential to be positive or have a positive impact. Furthermore, land use mix, or the amount of different types of use for land, i.e. office space, retail space, education such as schools, health buildings such as clinics and hospitals, etc., was actually associated and related to BMI, overweight, and obesity, and the amount of physical activity. In fact, researchers found that the higher amount of land use mix, the less prevalence of obesity. As aforementioned, obesity is a widespread and complex disease process with many contributing factors. Therefore, there are several different strategies for weight loss and/or weight management. These strategies and interventions include meal planning, regular physical activity, customization of food plans, the use of food diaries or food records, workplace supports, and goal setting. We are going to go over each one of these opportunities for intervention in detail in the next couple of slides. Due to the high stress of our corporate executive jobs, time is usually one of the biggest barriers for corporate executives to initiate healthy eating habits, as we often resort to ready-prepared meals or fast food, especially after a long day at work, because we simply just don't feel like it or don't think we have the time. And sometimes we don't. Meal planning, however, or the act of taking time to plan what food you are going to eat ahead of time, has been associated with a healthier diet and less obesity. Meal planning also helps relieve stress, especially if you already enjoy cooking or trying new recipes like me. It will also save you time over the long run, since you're not quickly working to conjure up healthy meal ideas or put something together. Meal planning also encourages home cooking, which is always a healthier option rather than going to restaurants or fast foods or just choosing the ready-prepared meal. And it assists in making predetermined healthier choices, so healthy behaviors can come naturally, almost like a default setting. Following the seminar, you will receive a pamphlet outlining how you can make healthy decisions a default behavior. Examples of this include bringing your own lunch instead of buying it from a restaurant, snacking on fruits and vegetables instead of chips or dip, and packing and/or pre-deciding on healthier options when you start to travel or when you have to eat on the go. Physical activity has also been proven to be an effective lifestyle modification when trying to lose weight. Physical activity is defined as any bodily movement produced by skeletal muscles that results in energy expenditure. Examples of physical activity include cardio or aerobic activities, such as running or jogging. It also includes anaerobic activities, such as weightlifting or high-intensity interval training. Incorporating physical activity can also be as easy as getting up from your desk every hour, taking a walk during your lunch break, playing sports with your children if you have any, following work, playing in nightly sports leagues such as soccer or basketball, or even being the one to take your dog on a walk at night. Physical activity can even be used as a social or networking activity with coworkers if you invite them to join you, which can boost office camaraderie and overall morale. Again, due to the nature of your high-profile job, most corporate executives are sedentary when at work. Obese individuals are seated 2.5 hours more than their leaner counterparts, which affects posture, and as a result, your BMI is also lower, your basal metabolic rate, your BMR, is also lower. So what is considered a healthy diet or a healthy lifestyle? To me, As a registered dietitian nutritionist, this means at least 5 or more servings of fruits and vegetables per day. I encourage the consumption of whole grains, such as whole grain breads, whole grain cereals, etc., whenever possible, or at least in half of your intake. I also recommend incorporating a variety of foods in your diet and on your plate to ensure a diverse nutrient profile. As a bonus, it also makes your plate look very photogenic. Limiting sugar-sweetened beverages, added sugar, or foods high in sodium and saturated fat is also recommended. These characteristics are commonly found in processed foods at the grocery store or what's served to you in most restaurants. Also, choosing low-fat dairy over whole milk dairy and varying your protein sources is also recommended for adults. Varying your protein sources can be done by integrating more plant-based protein, such as beans, tofu, and soy, and assists in providing variety, as I previously mentioned. Other lifestyle practices that are healthy include sleep, in which we should aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. Other lifestyle practices include water intake, in which we should drink 64 or more fluid ounces of water each day. I emphasize water here because we want to steer away from sugar-sweetened beverages, such as energy drinks, sports drinks, fruit drinks, and soda. We will be conducting an exercise later on in the seminar on how to build a healthy plate from scratch in a magnitude of settings that are appetizing, colorful, and nutrient-rich. While this number may seem low to some people, or most people, healthy weight loss is actually defined as losing 2 to 3 pounds per month. That's it. Some of you may find that you lose a lot of weight initially when you start to make healthy behavior changes, but typically that's just water weight. To make weight loss sustainable, dietary and physical lifestyle adherences are crucial, especially if you're aiming for long-term success, as they are 2 of the top 3 biggest factors contributing to obesity today. If possible, I like to recommend trying one small health behavior change for at least 3 months. I recommend this because if you do a little something every day for 3 months, your behavior will become a habit or a default behavior. I know I mentioned this previously, but following the seminar, you'll receive a pamphlet outlining how you can make healthy decisions a default behavior. I also believe that small changes can make a big difference, and adherence has been shown to be one of the most important predictors of long-term weight loss and success. There are several strategies that can improve adherence, including focusing on customized diets that encompass dietary preferences instead of restriction diets, and self-monitoring your intake, done via a food diary or food record. Researchers have found relationships between workplace supports and overall employee health, health behaviors, and well-being. Some examples of healthy workplace supports include health incentives, such as receiving a prize for obtaining a certain number of steps per day for a certain number of months, employee wellness programs or discounts in insurance, providing facilities that support active transportation, such as a bike path or just physical activity in general, by providing standing desks, walking or treadmill desks, and on-site education and resources from non-physician professionals, such as registered dietitian nutritionists like myself. Registered dietitian nutritionists are trained to provide guidance on any diet questions you have, whether it be the nature of the ketogenic diet, how to implement a low-carb diet, or even create a customized diet plan based on your allergies, preferences, and abilities, which we just determined enhance diet or healthy behavior adherence and sustainability. Lastly, goal setting is a great strategy for maintenance of healthy behavior change and has proven to be an effective behavior change technique for overweight and obese adults. This is because goal setting can help us identify our intrinsic motivation, or what and why we want to pursue certain goals. Goal setting has the potential to increase self-efficacy or self-confidence that we can achieve our goals, and I am a firm believer that if you write something down, you're more likely to do it. However, when we practice goal setting, we want to make sure they are SMART. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Our goals need to be specific or well-defined so that if anyone who reads your goal can understand it. Goals also need to be measurable or have certain parameters so that you know if your goal was achieved or not achieved. Our goals also need to be attainable or realistic so that it challenges you. Goals also need to be relevant and possibly aid to your overall health and long-term goals. Lastly, goals need to be timely or associate time orientation in order to establish a time frame for when you would like to accomplish your specific goal. An example of a SMART goal is that I will commit to drinking 64 fluid ounces or more of water every day for 3 months. We will get a chance to practice writing SMART goals later in the seminar for one of our group activities. On the slide, I've shown my references for this portion of the presentation. And I will now pause and allow for any audience questions on the current material presented. Thank you.